We're down here in Lewes, downtown, tulips everywhere you look, and that's because we're talking to Ed Zygmunt of Lewes and Bloom. And Ed, how much effort goes into all of this?
Well, a great deal of effort, actually. We planted these tulips last fall, and we planted 31,000 tulips in all of Lewes.
That's a big number.
That's a big number, right. And we kind of accomplished that by our volunteers. So all our volunteers help out. We actually have over 450 volunteers in Lewes and Bloom, which is a huge increase from where we started 23 years ago with only 7 volunteers.
Yeah, it's increased just a little bit. That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah. So we take care of 18 parks and 9 other locations within the city of Lewes. And each park and location has a lead patron. And those patrons have volunteers within their group. So they'll call, say, a Wednesday at 7 a.m. and they'll get their group and they'll come to Mary Vessels Park, which is where we're standing here, and work on the grounds. And then other patrons have other times and other locations where they work. So it's kind of delineated in that sense, and it's great.
So how do you guys raise all the funding for this? Because I'm sure it takes a little bit, or maybe a lot of bit, to make all this happen.
Yeah, we have a budget of a little under $200,000 a year, actually. And we do all the fundraising ourselves. First and foremost, there are no paid people in Lewes and Bloom. We're all volunteers. And we have various fundraising events, from a tulip sale that's going to happen this Friday and Saturday here in town, to a garden sale that's the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. And our biggest fundraising event is actually the annual tulip appeal, which happens in August. And I'll send out upwards of 5,000 letters and hoping we get a good response, and usually we do. And one other thing is the city also gives us some funding, so that's great.
So I want to ask, as I kind of lean down here, what do we have here? Are these all different types of tulips? How do you guys decide what you want to use?
So we basically do this with our founder. Our founder is Warren Goldie, who founded Lewes and Bloom way back in 2001. And he's a horticulturalist. So we depend upon him to order the tulips through wholesale, vendors, and he makes the call. He decides what tulips are going to go where. So if you're going to ask me what kind of tulip this is, I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
Guy.
He's the guy that we need to talk to.
You're like me. You're like, well, they look real nice.
Yeah.
They're very pretty. They're great to come out. You can smell them here right in the air. But as for which ones they are, I just go like, it's a pretty flower.
Yeah, well, that's good enough. As long as it makes people smile.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're all about, really. You come by, you see all these tulips, you smile, you're happy. Makes your day, right?
So how would somebody get involved if they want to get involved?
If you want to get involved in Lewes and Bloom, you could go to our website, lewesandbloom.org, and find out about us. You can sign up there. You could donate on the page too.
Always important. Know where to donate.
And join us. We have general membership meetings once a month for the most part. They're a Tuesday, the second Tuesday of the month at the Lewes Public Library. And we'll get 70, 80, 90 people that show up for a meeting. And it's a great time, and it's not long, and you can join us there.
Well, thank you for talking to us, Ed. We're not done with the tulips just yet. We are going to let Ed get out of here, though. So stick around. There's more CoastLife. There's more tulip talk coming up after the break. With all the gorgeous tulips that are all around Lewes, we couldn't give you just one segment. We got to talk a little bit more about what's going on and all the great work being done by Lewes and Bloom. Cindy Deemedio with us now. And Cindy, where are we? What is this portion of Lewes and Bloom's Tulip Fest?
Well, this is Bank Street Plaza, and the colors here are just spectacular. Every time I walk by, somebody's got a camera taking a picture of just this burst of color. It's really lovely.
And how did you come to Lewes and Bloom? What made you want to get involved?
Well, back in 2011, my husband and I moved here. And then in 2012, I thought, I want to get involved. I saw all the beautiful flowers. Of course, back then it wasn't quite as much as it is now.
It's grown.
It surely has. But I decided I'd like to join, and I had a friend that was involved, and I got involved. And now I'm membership chair on the board and have watched it grow we have right now 460 69 members.
Seems like a lot of people to corral and even more tulips. Let's go check out a couple more of the great spots here so that we can show everybody why they need to get downtown before they're gone. From 2nd Street over here to Front Street, we're in front of the post office. So tell me about this setting.
Well, this is a beautiful park, and as you can see, we've got lots of beautiful flowers that go all the way around the park. This is the one federal property that Lewes and Bloom takes care of. We have a wonderful team that is here early every other Wednesday, and they dig and they weed and they water and they take care. And this is the fruits of their labor. They planted these back in late October, gave it the winter to grow, and as you can see, it's a real beautiful garden.
So now we've got another spot you wanted to go to.
Yeah.
Where is that going to be?
That's right across the street at 1812 Park.
Let's go do it.
Yeah.
So now we're across the street. We're in 1812 Park. We've got this just gorgeous stretch of red tulips here. And I understand that you have a lot more to do specifically with this park's tulips. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, well, I am a co-lead patron of this park with Stuart Wiener, and he and I have a team of 30 people that come here on Wednesdays and clean up and weed and water and do what needs to be done here. And as you can see, we've got gorgeous, gorgeous tulips here. These are called Rodeo Drive, the name of these tulips, and they're very popular and they're beautiful against the black fencing and then the daffodils behind, and then of course our beautiful canal behind that.
It does just really pop as you look all the way down there.
Yeah.
Now, we've been to 3 different locations. There's more than that. These are
yes.
the 3 we're going to touch on today, but for the people that are coming out to visit, how do they kind of determine where to check out and where to go?
That's a good question. Well, the Chamber of Commerce, we are in the midst of our tulip celebration, and it goes till the 22nd of April. So people can stop by at the Lewes Chamber of Commerce, where they have maps that take you all around the city. It's very walkable, and you can see about maybe 16 of our gardens just within walking distance.
Now, they don't have a ton of time. These tulips are not long for this world. They're about to get dug up. Explain that whole process, because it is a little bit wild. I don't think people know that unless they're in on the information already.
Well, that's true. On Saturday, we're doing it on a Saturday this year, Saturday, April the 26th, we're going to have our public dig. And what you do is you arrive here. Digging starts promptly at 8 o'clock. You cannot dig prior to that. You can't bring a shovel. We ask you to bring a trowel, because a shovel can damage the tulips that are beside the one that you're looking at. A trowel is much more manageable. And people,
it's more targeted.
Exactly, more targeted, right. And people can bring their trowels and buckets to put the tulips in, and you know, can take as many as you want. It's free. We don't mind a donation, as Ed said. You can get on.
It's free. Put a little elbow there, maybe.
You can
want to toss us a couple bucks here or there.
Right. You can get on lewesandbloom.org and donate to Lewes and Bloom if you would like. But we love to give these tulips to our community, let them take them home, plant them in the late fall like we do for our tulips, the end of October, and enjoy them next year like they enjoyed them here in our parks this year.
All right, well, thank you for talking to us. Lewes and Bloom just doing great things out here for the community. We really appreciate not just chatting with us, but all the time and effort that goes into this. We're going to have more Coast Life after the break, but again, I encourage everybody, get out here and enjoy this before it's gone for the year, because it is gorgeous, and I can't tell you how much effort these guys have put in. We'll be right back.